All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Um, God might not be in the church. I say that because we live in a society where I'm a believer in God. I believe in spirituality, but particular religions or religious dogma, not so much. So you're dealing in a society where people believe in God or Jesus or Allah or Moses, Noah, Job. I mean, we could go on and on and on with the names, but the thing about it is because you haven't read for yourselves or haven't committed yourselves to an actual relationship between you and God. And I'm not looking down on anybody because I could definitely do better myself. Um, it's twisted because at the end of the day, instead of doing it for yourself and knowing for yourself, you're taking somebody else's word for it, not really taking their word, not digging into it for yourself to see if they told you the word in context or out of context. So we're believing in God in a way and believing religions in a way that are completely out of context. And because you never took the time to know the context, you believe in a twisted religion. In a sense, why um, there is that part in the Bible when it says, "Depart from me, for I do not know you," which means, in layman's terms, I don't know you. Get the hell out of my face, you know. And people would say, why would God or Jesus say something like that? Well, it's not necessarily because of you as a person. It's more so because of the old quote, "The road to hell is paved with good intentions." Since you didn't know what the real principles were, right and wrong, in the situational practice, and you were able to push down your sensibility of right and wrong and just and fair and just and injustice and all that other stuff, fairness and unfairness, because you could say I was doing the right thing biblically, which you didn't really read the Bible for yourself, so you don't even know what biblically the right thing is. You just taking what somebody tells you. Thus, your tithes and offerings, you're praying to God like He's Santa Claus. Um, you know, we're not loving our fellow man, which is probably the most glaring hole in there because you can't say you love God and hate your fellow man. That does not go well together. Now, you can have the best intent for something, the best intentions for something, but then say something like, because see, when people do messed up stuff, some people say, "But are you a Christian?" Well, let's get something square. It's people of all kind of demographics that are under the Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Taoist, Zionist, Jewish, uh, atheist banner flag. That doesn't mean a thing if you don't know how to treat your fellow man. See, all of these things that separate us as people, whether it's race, class, creed, religion, uh, bias, injury, sexual orientation, to a degree, you don't like your fellow man for one of these for one of these reasons. So you going to church is a waste of time. You thinking that you're a follower of God is really a waste of time because you can't follow a person or being, I'm sorry, who has a love for everyone and you have a subjective, partial, bipartisan excuse me, bipartisan or strategic kind of love yourself. You get what I'm saying? Now, self-preservation is rule number one. I understand that. But self-preservation does not come at the expense of other people. That's where the problem lies. And some people may say, yes, it does. Well, if I have to have more than you to preserve myself, or if a person can have less than me and survive, but I want to take what they have just in case one day I might need it, that's not self-preservation. That's theft. Get it? So, at the end of the day, just because you go to church, just because you pray, just because you pay your tithe, just because you feel like, I have a good heart, if you didn't actually commit yourself to really look into the religion, as in they would say, seek my face, to look at the religion itself, the context, the lessons learned, the principles, and apply those principles without any kind of bias in your heart, you're not really connected to God, and God ain't in the church. That's why everybody of every demographic can go to church, synagogue, mosque, whatever you want to go to. Be all lovey-dovey inside, and then get road rage when they get outside. Don't make sense. I'm going to end it there. Peace.